So Curious and Unexplained. Probably not the name. It doesn't really indicate, but it's a one-shot and a drop-in adventure. This adventure is designed as a one-shot for a group of players from levels 1 to 3. Well, I'll tell you about the creatures right now. It's not in the Feywild. This cottage is in the material plane, and these creatures are all from the material plane. That's one of the things that I like about it, is that it's sort of weirdness, a little bit closer to home. So sitting on shelf inside of a sealed glass jar, at first a feral echo looks like a storm in a bottle. But instead of lightning and thunder, the swirling spectral form flashes sporadically from one vicious image to another. Teeth, tail, eyes, claws, fur, ears. Yeah, that is cool. Mainly thinking of nature spirits. But I mean that's kind of, yeah, the aspect of this that I think is fun is just the kind of the untamed and the behavior of the creature, where like when it's out, it sort of fills the space and just becomes this fog of intense sort of like wildlife energy. Like that just seems kind of fun. I like the idea that even a druid who's like in sync with nature, like the conjuring of animal spirits and fae, be they fae or some other means, doing wild shapes, like there's still residual energy that comes off of that. I don't like magic being so clean. So anytime I've done this before with Unseen Servant, I made a whole dungeon around the idea of an abusive Unseen Servant. I like the idea that there's like a discharge when magic is used, or at the very least there's effects that kind of reverberate and stick kind of everywhere if you're paying attention. That just makes magic a lot more fun when it comes to designing these areas and giving players things to kind of learn and expand, hopefully making magic feel like more than just like a little stat block on the page. Like that's nice, but we could do more than just kind of treat them as power-ups. Second creature is a psychic octopus. Like I said, taking things super seriously. Their effect on the world. Okay. All right, so this rare species of octopus conveys more with its stinging tentacles than a sharp bit of damage. It also seems it also seems to use that damage to connect to the target's nervous system and share its thoughts. Charlotte, this is one of the researchers, has nicknamed the creature Toctopus in her notes, which I may actually be making as part of this project too. We'll see. It's unclear whether the creature itself has this ability or if it's only a host to some sort of infection. Just be sure to stock up on health potions before sitting down for a conversation with it. The Toctopus was collected somewhere along the coast. One of its tentacles is tagged with an ID that reads number 2, written in blue ink. Magic telling a story is hard. Great storytelling that's hard to pull off without going into too much detail and losing your players. Yeah, I mean, and also to some extent, like, I feel like a little bit it's there if they want to pull a thread, and if they don't, I just sort of have to live with that. I don't like forcing it, but it's nice to have. It's really great when it connects, obviously, when somebody's like, wait, what is that? And either I can make up something on the fly, or if I've already thought about it, it's like, yes, please. Slagler. At a glance, the slagler looks like nothing more than a very fast snake, but careful observers may notice the snake is not only fast, but every creature around it is slow to a stop. A pilfer is a gangly-armed puffball with a penchant for picking pockets. I love that. And hoarding little trinkets, picking pockets and hoarding little trinkets. While it may occasionally use its long-fingered hands to smack a target, it's typically only as a means to distract them while they pick their pockets. Greedy beetles. These half-dollar-sized beetles act as a swarm. Act together as a swarm and carry a poisonous cloud anywhere they go. They will also duplicate and grow larger when attacked. Oh, thanks, Tess. Yeah, that's definitely the goal. Yeah, that's the goal. I'm glad that that's, part of the takeaways. I think, yeah, Church of Doom, he does some cool stuff. I appreciate that. I wish there were more folks, honestly, doing more of this stuff in the open, but it is also hard. Like, we can't, I don't want to, like, it's a discipline like anything else, right? To give yourself, like, to some extent, having the stream going and talking to you guys makes me look less, it makes me look more normal, because otherwise I'd be sitting here with the screen and basically talking through a lot of this stuff the same way, uh, because my process involves a lot of verbalizing, taking ideas and speaking them, and somehow the process of saying them and hearing it, I'm able to develop it better than if I'm just sitting here thinking. Like, that doesn't work as well. So, um, yeah, that's my process, at least.